This episode is brought to you by CBS. DMV is a brand new workplace comedy turning misery into magic and chaos into comedy. Starring Harriet Dyer and Tim Meadows, DMV is here to serve you laughs. Watch Mondays at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Welcome to People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report. I'm Mark Pfeffer. There's only 3 days left in the year, so let's take a nostalgic look back at 2020 in this edition of People Tech, brought to you by NetSuite. If you're a business owner, I don't have to tell you that running a business is tough, but you might be making it more difficult on yourself than you have to. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. It's time to upgrade to NetSuite. NetSuite gives you visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more, everything you need, all in one place, instantaneously. So ditch the spreadsheets and all the old software you've outgrown. Let NetSuite show you how they'll benefit your business with a free product tour at netsuite.com/HCM. And now, there's light at the end of the tunnel that was 2020. But before we get too excited, we should remember that New Year's is just a day. No one's going to flip a switch to make the coronavirus and the recession and racial bias just go away. A lot of opinions are floating around about those things and other things too, but I'm going to stick to my knitting. I've got 4 stories for you. All happened during 2020, and all will impact HR tech specifically for some time to come. They're not in any particular order, by the way, but we've got to start somewhere, so let's start with Slack. Salesforce acquired Slack for about $28 billion. That's a story about HR tech? Well, yes. Slack does a neat job of enabling both internal and external communications. So it's often described as an important contributor to corporate culture and employee experience. That makes Salesforce's comment that the merger will create an operating system for the new way to work kind of intriguing. Slack also plays well with others. It offers integrations to solutions in areas like file sharing and calendars. It has users who can access HR solutions like UKG and Workday through its interface. That allows workers to handle, say, payroll or time off stuff without switching out of a tool they use all through the day. And Salesforce has made no secret of its desire to reach into almost every area of business operations. This is from a company that's pretty good at execution, so partnerships with Slack could prove critical to HR vendors who want to expand their reach while simplifying deployment. Next story, Ultimate Software and Kronos. They merged. In February, Ultimate and Kronos announced a plan to merge into a single HR technology giant, a company with $3 billion in revenue, more than 12,000 employees, a value of $22 billion, and a product line that ranges from nuts and bolts workforce management to the finer points of HCM. In August, the new unified brand was unveiled, Ultimate Kronos Group, or UKG. Both companies had been controlled by the PE firm Hellman & Friedman. Analysts said the merger played to each one's strengths. They were close together in terms of revenue, culture, and headcount, and their customer bases fit neatly together too. Ultimate's leaned toward the enterprise, while Kronos had a greater presence among smaller organizations. The merger left the market with one less vendor holding large enterprise ambitions, analysts said, but more large companies may give Kronos a look now, even though smaller companies may have fewer choices from their previous shortlist options of ADP, Ceridian, and Kronos. 2021 will be UKG's first full year operating as a single enterprise, so we'll see. You're listening to People Tech from the HCM Technology Report. This edition is brought to you by NetSuite. Stop paying for multiple systems that don't give you the information you need when you need it. Let NetSuite show you how they'll benefit your business with a free product tour at netsuite.com/HCM. And now, let's go back to our fond farewell to 2020. Let's step back from the companies and take a look at the landscape. 2020 was, for one thing, the year that retention morphed into mobility. When iCIMS relaunched itself in October as iCIMS Talent Cloud, the company added a module designed for internal recruiting and signaled its intention to move into the market for identifying and developing existing talent. The company said the core capabilities were already in place for this. It had just never packaged them into one thing or invested real dollars into their development. By taking this step, iCIMS became one of many vendors chasing new business from employers who want to leverage the talent they already have. In March, Phenom added an internal gig marketplace to match short-term projects with current employees. It also partnered with Docebo to help customers identify skill gaps and deliver training content. Investors have shown a lot of interest in the mobility space. In June, the social learning platform Degreed raised $32 million in new funding. It attributed the investment to rising demand for training and educational solutions. Degreed's planning to use the funds to accelerate its career mobility roadmap. It believes most workers don't complete their company's talent profile, which gets in the way of businesses as they try to intelligently deploy their workforce. That's become an increasingly common theme among both talent acquisition technology providers and learning solutions. And finally, this year, virtual campus recruiting became a thing. Providers of virtual campus recruiting tech saw a jump in business as employers shifted their talent acquisition efforts online. One of them, Terrazzo, said its sales conversations picked up notable speed as shelter-in-place directives came down and employers struggled to connect with new talent at the same time that college campuses were shutting down. In April, Paradox and Eightfold AI announced products designed to connect organizations with candidates they once would have met in person. Paradox's virtual hiring events helps employers engage with candidates through a chat-based interface. Eightfold's virtual event recruiting invites candidates to events, suggests appropriate positions, and schedules conversations with recruiters. Back to Terrazzo. They believe that COVID-19 has forced a structural change to recruiting, especially at the early talent stage. So much of that process used to involve sending people to campuses to physically interact with students, they said. But when this is over, they're betting it's all going to be done in a completely different way. So that's my take on 2020. Feel free to let me know yours. Just drop a note to news@hcmtechnologyreport.com. And this has been People Tech, the podcast of the HCM Technology Report, brought to you by NetSuite. Whether you're doing $1 million or hundreds of millions in revenue, save time and money with NetSuite. Join the over 24,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Now's the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. Whether you're doing $1 million or hundreds of millions in revenue, save time and money with NetSuite. Join the over 24,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Now's the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/HCM. That's netsuite.com/HCM. People Tech is a member of Evergreen Podcasts. You can check out other shows at www.evergreenpodcasts.com. And to keep up with HR technology, visit the HCM Technology Report every day. We're the most trusted source of news in the HR tech industry. Find us at www.hcmtechnologyreport.com. I'm Mark Pfeffer. Have a happy new year.
Do you love news about LinkedIn, Indeed, Google, and just about every other recruitment tech company out there?
Hell yeah. I'm Chad.
I'm Cheese.
We're the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
All the latest recruiting news and insights are on our show.
Dripping in snark and attitude.
Subscribe today wherever you listen to your podcasts. We out.
Faith in the news media has been challenged, making it even harder to get stories told. The Friday Reporter podcast was created to help audiences better understand the media by hosting journalists who will answer the questions to which we need answers. Join me every Friday to hear more.